manly figure is anxiously walking to and fro in the living room, waiting for his wife to give birth to his son. It's been few hours. Their personal doctor along with few nurses are doing their work. He is really worried for both of them, and is praying for them to be safe and healthy. After some time, a nurse came hurriedly to call him. Nurse, Mr. Kim, doctor is calling you in the room, she said to him panting.
Kai. Okay, let's go, he said, and both went to the room hurriedly.
When he went inside, the first thing he saw was his wife, laying lifelessly on the bed, dried tears on her cheeks, face pale due to tiredness, but her eyes emotionless. He came back to senses when the doctor shook him and said, Doctor, are you all right, Mr. Kim? Kai looked at him and said, Kai, yes. What happened? Right after he said this, he then noticed the expression of the doctor before saying, they indicated that something is not right. The doctor was sweating badly. Doctor, actually Mr. Kim, your son is born dead, he isn't breathing, and when Mrs. Kim saw that he isn't crying, from then she is not in her senses. After listening to this, Kai went numb. He felt like his whole world crashed down, he felt suffocating, his tears start falling. One by one, he felt his surroundings spinning around him. His chest heavied up with the pain he was trying to endure, as sudden thought of his wife came across his mind. He took few deep breaths and wiped his tears. He needed to be strong, needed to be, just for his wife who was looking like dead person. He slowing walked to her and he then noticed one thing: she was tightly holding something beside her, like someone will steal it if she loses her grip on it. It was their son, dead son. He slowly walked to her and sat beside her. He called her. Kai, Jenny, love. Jenny Kim. She didn't respond nor she looked at him. She was lost in her own. He again tried to call her then, again she didn't respond. Then he tried to take the baby body from her hand, but she tightened her grip around it. She starts shaking her head, while saying, Jenny Kim, no 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 no. She started screaming and crying loudly. Seeing her in this condition, everyone gets teary-eyed. After calming her down and making her sleep by giving the injection, Kai took baby in his hands and stood in front of the big window. He looked at his son. He was beautiful. He touched his cheek slowly and felt a pang on his heart. His body was cold, damn cold. His eyes gets teary. He starts praying to the God, that please do some miracle, please. Suddenly the moonlight fell on the dead baby. The body started to glow. Kai looked astonished. He was thinking that what is happening? He felt the baby moved in the cloth. He got confused that maybe he is dreaming all this, but no. A big no. When he touched baby's cheek, his body was warm, his eyes widened. He couldn't believe his eyes and of course the touch, but then suddenly the glow faded and the baby started crying loudly. By hearing which the doctor and nurses come running towards him. They looked at the baby shocked, whereas Kai was on cloud 9, he hugged his baby and cried happy tears. Kissed baby's forehead and gave it to
the doctor to check his health. Time skip after few hours.
She woke up and looked at her husband who was busy playing with their baby. Her eyes got teary, she couldn't believe her eyes, she sobbed. That's when Kai noticed her. He smiled at her and caressed her hairs and cheek. He asked her, Kai, how are you feeling, love? Jenny Kim, overwhelmed. Her voice came out as a whisper. She looked at the baby smiling, looking at her. She felt her motherly instinct being on. She extended her hands asking for the baby. Kai happily gave her the baby. She looked at the baby, who was smiling at her. Holding him in her arms made her feel that she got heaven. She felt so amazing, so peaceful. She bent down a little and kissed his forehead lovingly. She looked at Kai and smiled. Jenny Kim, what will be the name of our baby? Kai looked at her lovingly. Kai, any name you want. Both smiled at each other and then looked at the baby. Jenny Kim, his name will be SUGA. After that their life goes on. A messenger came running towards the Moon Empress. Messenger, Your Highness, Love Queen has sent me to tell you that something has happened which shouldn't has happened. Moon Empress, what happened? She frowns. The messenger proceeds to say, Messenger, as you know your duty is to make soulmates and let them unite, but the soulmate of the royal fairy Kang Y.N., who is gonna be the future queen of the angel and fairy realm. The only heiress of the current queen fairy Sohee, hasn't born, but in place of that soul the soul of SUGA is gonna be born in the house of Demon Kai. So, Love Queen has sent me to tell you to change the soul with the real mate of Princess Y.N. But, you have to do it fast, because War Emperor opposed this decision and he may not let you do this. Love Queen is trying to stop him, so please be quick, Your Highness. Moon Empress immediately started to cast some spell and then the soul of SUGA was fetched from his body. But then a force tries to stop the spell to proceed, that was War Emperor. But the Moon Empress doesn't stop, she tries her best and casts the spell successfully, but the soul gets cursed due to the force of War Emperor. Moon Empress, no, this can't be. In the dark forest, which is like the most deserted place one could ever see, there are two couples in the jeep, whom are going to spend their night in this scary forest. But they really don't have even the slightest idea what is gonna happen to them. They are going to enjoy the bonfire in the forest. Suddenly an old man comes in front of them, holding a flambeau in his hands, panicking, trying to stop them. They pull brakes seeing the man suddenly. The old man says, Kim Hee-chul, stop. Stop. Boy 1. Mister, you could have get killed. The one sitting on the driver's seat says to the old man, Kim Hee-chul, if all of you do not want to die then, don't go further. He warns them. Hearing him all exchange the perplexed looks. He goes near them and says, Kim Hee-chul, the jewelers say, a demon thrives there. They all laugh at him and the boy 1 says mockingly, Boy 1, are you that demon? They again laugh, while he just looks at them. Boy 2, shut up. He looks like a madcap. Moreover, villagers believe in these superstitious stories. He says to them, Boy 2, let's go. Or, bye, they say to him and continue their journey, ignoring his warnings. Kim Hee-chul, stop. Pay heed to my words. You will not come back alive. They are going deeper into the forest. Boy 2, that man was really mad. This is 1990 and he believes in demons. After some time they reached to a point where they set their tents and lit the fire in the middle. They do the couple dance around the fire and drink alcohol. While dancing the eyes of the girl 2 fall on the enchanting man sitting along the tree, while playing a guitar, looks all mesmerizing. Inviting and intimidating, she starts to go to him. It felt like she is being under his spell. He looks at her and smirks. She takes her camera up and looks at him. She goes to him and sits in front of him looking at him lovingly and fondly. The boy 2 sees her and marches towards them angrily. Boy 2, hey, what are you doing with my girlfriend? He says while taking the camera from her hands to the unknown man sitting in front. Moon Hee-jun, nothing as such, smirks evilly. She is the one who is doing it. Boy 2, do you want to say that she is flirting with you? Moon Hee-jun, by the way, no harm in it. He looks at her and smirks. She smiles at him in return. Girl 2, come on, we're only here on a date. Stop making issues out of this, she says to her boyfriend. While Moon Hee-jun stands up from the ground and grabs the hand and bottle of the boy 1 who was gonna hit him from behind. Moon Hee-jun, darn it. The steak isn't tasty, and your friend has no panache. Smirks hunger is there. Girl 2, what do you want to say? Moon Hee-jun, I want to do it. He looks at boy 1 and holds his neck. Boy 1, you are messing with the wrong guy. Moon Hee-jun leaves his neck harshly and says, Moon Hee-jun, you don't know who I am. Evil smirk. He grabs the guy 1 and throws him away. He takes his demon form and seeing him all of them start running and screaming. He in a speed of light grabs both guys and torn them into pieces and also drink their blood. He then go behind the girls but the girls, trying to be safe from him, jumped off the cliff. He reaches there and growl loudly. Next morning, the dead bodies of the couples are lying the white cloth. The police and the investigation team are collecting the proofs and all. Jung-hyun, the villagers were right, Grandpa. A man-eater has attacked them, who devours humans. Those tigers live in the jungle near our village. Kim Hee-chul, not tigers, but demons. Jung-hyun, demons, he asks surprised and perplexed. Kim Hee-chul, 4 dead bodies are here. This need no evidence. He says while looking at the dead bodies, while Jung-hyun chuckles at him. Jung-hyun, Grandpa, what are you saying? He asks him being totally perplexed. Kim Hee-chul, where good is, evil will be there. Did you hear about Anderson? He asks his grandchild. Jung-hyun, yes. Kim Hee-chul, Anderson was the biggest demon of the demon realm. Jung-hyun, but does that demon still live among us? He asked being fearful. Kim Hee-chul, to know this, you need to know about the 3 realms and 2 universes. He starts walking towards his home. Jung-hyun follows him behind. They both reach home and Kim Hee-chul starts telling him about all. While walking towards their lounge he starts speaking. Kim Hee-chul, these demons have existed since the dawn of creation. In the entire cosmos there exists 3 realms and 2 universes. The top one is the universe where the heaven is, and the second comes the realm of fairies and angels, then comes our human realm in which we live. Then comes the realm which is divided into 2 parts. As a whole it is called Netherworld. One part includes the ghosts and spirits while on the other side lives the vipers. They sit on the sofa and Kim Hee-chul continues. Kim Hee-chul, and lastly comes the second universe which is Inferno, the demon realm. This realm is the most dangerous realm among all. There are many demons who are evil and wants to rule humans. But this doesn't mean all of them are evil. There are also good ones, just like the current demon King Kai, who is kind-hearted. He wants to have peace between all the realms. He has 3 sons and 1 stepdaughter, his eldest son SUGA, who is currently the most powerful demon, and the Crown Prince. His nature and personality is all bad and cold, but his thinking is just like his father. Then comes the second son, whose name is Bi. He is weakest among his siblings and the best brother of SUGA. They love each other very much. He is just like the copy of his father Kai. Kind-hearted and innocent, and last brother is the one who is crazy, the complete opposite of the two. His name is Moon Hee-jun. The evil prince who always tries to hunt humans, and last but not least comes their stepsister, whose name is Minatazaki-sana. She is also like Moon Hee-jun but more evil. Hearing all this, Jung-hyun gets interested in the demons and wants to know more. Jung-hyun: so, this means all are not bad. But Grandpa, what about the Crown Prince? Tell me more about him, and also the incident happened there. Is it also linked to them? Then it can be dangerous for us, isn't it? Kim Hee-chul chuckles hearing his grandson's eagerness. Kim Hee-chul: about the incident, it is said that the demons thrives there, so it is possible that they are doing it for sure. Didn't you look how the bodies looked like? Then it clicks his mind and he said, Jung-hyun: yeah. But isn't the king good? Then why they're letting this happen? Kim Hee-chul: king is good for sure, but he's busy currently solving the maze, the sacred place which appears only once after 100 years, and the Crown Prince never comes in this realm. I have never heard about him from anyone, but his evil brother sneaks here at night to hunt. Although, he never hunt out the deepest part of the forest, but it's still not right. I always warn people to not to go there at night. But they don't listen, and in end they lose their life. He sighs and pats Jung-hyun's head. Jung-hyun smiles at him and says, Jung-hyun, at least you warn him, Grandpa, not like other villagers who don't even pay attention. Kim Hee-chul smiles hearing him, and Jung-hyun says, Grandpa, you once told me about the Crown Princess Y.N., who is destined to have a soulmate which will be a demon. Is it the Crown Prince SUGA? Kim Hee-chul: my dear, about the Princess Y.N. Yes, it is true that it will be a demon, but I have also heard her soulmate is not born yet. Except this. I don't know anything more. Let's go to sleep, okay, dear? He stands up and both go to their bedrooms to sleep. Some days later, a group of friends comes there and they also do camping and all. Then at night all slept except one girl who was sitting near the tree gazing at the moon. Deeply thinking about something, suddenly she sees a reddish light from afar, so she stands up and follows the light, comes to the place, but there is nothing. She gets confused, she surely saw something here. Suddenly she feels a presence behind her. She turns around and sees a charismatic man looking at her, his hands in his pocket, while an evil smirk plastered on his face. She feels herself getting drowned in his eyes and beauty. She starts moving towards him, making his smirk widen. She smiles at him. He pulls her towards him and starts kissing her neck. While doing so she sees his eye color changing to dull gold color. She gets scared. Moon Hee-jun: what's the matter? Park Bomb: I saw something. You're our eyes. He back away. Moon Hee-jun: TSK. You saw them. Smirks. Park Bomb tries to get free from his grip on her hands. She says, Park Bomb, who are you? Scared Moon Hee-jun: since I'm about to kill you, I'll tell you, there are many beasts in the world. Humans think that only animals eat them. Smirks widen, but very few people know that along with animals, my kind also eats them. Moon Hee-jun: we look like humans, but we're demons. Growls and change his form. Park Bomb screams while crying hard and starts running for her dear life. He was going to follow her, but his brother comes his way, blocking him, stopping him from eating her. I won't let you harm her. Takes his demon form. Moon Hee-jun chuckles, you'll stop me. Mockingly, the most decent prince of our realm. Moon Hee-jun grabs his chin and shoves him away. Moon Hee-jun: Hyung, nowadays you look like a human, not a demon. He again punch him on his face and then both start fighting with each other. While doing so, there again opens a red portal from which a voice stops them. Hearing the voice, both of them immediately stop and start walking towards the portal. Question mark. Stop before you want me to cut both of you into pieces and feed you to the demonic dogs. Deep cold voice. Both of them stand in front of the person, whose back was facing them, and his appearance screamed the power he holds, the one mighty and strongest among them, the Crown Prince himself. Standing in front of them, B.I.H. Hyung, he was the one NE who started it. he said, pointing at the younger one who seemed unbothered. Actually, he was one of those who was happy with his demonic powers, and those powers are not to scoff at. Moon Hee-jun, stop up Scaredy Cat. Suga Hyung, he was the one who stopped me to drink that yummy human blood. Blares at Bi Suga angrily turned and punched Moon Hee-jun on his face hard. That he flied in the air and fell on the ground, his nose bleeding. He was the one who was attractive among them the most, anyone could be attracted towards him, and the mightiest. Suga, how could you do this? Did you forget our dad's upbringing? Did we taught you to hunt innocent people out there? Why you're doing this? He angrily spat on his face while he gulps and tries to reply boldly. He acts to be strong, but still he is scared of his Hyung the most. Moon Hee-jun, Mom told me this. She was the who told and taught me how to hunt, and we are demons, we are cruel. Suga, oh, is that so? Then I should show you the result of breaking the rules set by our father. He said and cast a spell which creates a portal in which Moon Hee-jun is pulled inside and the portal closes. Moon Hee-jun, no Hyung, you can't do this Hyung. And the portal closes. Then Suga turns towards his lovely brother Bi, he flicks his forehead hard. Ouch. Hyung whine. Suga, why did you go alone? Why didn't you inform me about this first? He asks him sternly. Sorry Hyung. I just couldn't stand how he was wasting our dad's hard work by behaving like a evil beast. Sorry, he says, pouting, and holds his ears, making Suga chuckle. He pats his head and smile, which Bi returned gladly. He sits in front of him and Bi jump on his back, and Suga gives him piggyback ride to the castle. The celebration is going on the 18th birthday of the Princess Y, N, and also her engagement with the ferryman of the realm. Fairy Queen Sohee sitting on her throne enjoying the beautiful dance of the fairies. While the princess is gone to get fresh up after the tiring events, so she will come after some time. Everyone is happy, enjoying the celebration of the future Queen Kang Y, N. Suddenly the messenger of fairies comes there and the celebration stops. She marches towards the Queen Sohee, while Queen Sohee is confused on her sudden arrival. Sohee, what happened? Frowns fairy messenger. Your Highness. There is a bad news. Demon King Kai's sons has been seen on human realm, and they are hunting the people of the human realm, and there is also a new of the king is going to finish the maze that is gonna grant the demons the sacred pendant which can make them easily enter in our realm and heaven. That would be the complete disaster. We need to stop them, Queen. Sohee, what? Shocked, she looks at all the people and says them to leave, the party is over. She then asks the maids to call the crown princess. She stands up and walk with the messenger outside. You have just came out of the shower and wearing your clothes, getting ready to go to the party. You are wearing the light pink color gown with natural makeup and your hair straight and pink heels. The maid knocks the door. Kang Y, N, come in. She comes and bows to you and says, Maid, Princess, your Highness is calling you urgently. Y, N, oh okay, I'm coming. Frowns, you got confused as this has never happened before. You immediately leave to meet her. Sohee, what more is happening that we don't know? She asks the messenger while thinking of the possible solution to stop the demons to get this opportunity that will destroy the other realm along with the heaven. Fairy messenger, Queen, I think you should send some fairies to stop them. You can use their sons against the king to get successful. Hearing this, Queen Sohee's eyes lit up, she smiles happily. Sohee, yes, this is it. We are gonna send Princess Y, N to do this job. She will be the one to make them fall for her, make them against each other. Through her hypnotic powers, which is only inherited by her. Fairy messenger, but your Highness, how can you send Princess Y, N to the human realm? She is soon gonna be married, and also didn't you know the warning of the late Queen? Before Queen could say anything, you arrived there, and greet your mother. Kang Y, N, mother, you called me. Sohee, smiles, yes. I called you to talk about the important matter which can destroy the whole goodness in the universe. It is the time that I want you to do this, as you are the future Queen. It will be really great of you to provide protection to the realms. Also, it is your the foremost duty to protect your people and realm, my lovely daughter. Queen smiles at you and holds your hands. Sohee, I know you may be nervous, but don't worry, I know you can do this. Y, N. Actually, you were feeling a little fear in your heart. But it doesn't mean you will forget your duty to protect your people. Kang Y, N. Yes, mother, I will do anything to protect my people. Then they explain her everything and she leaves to work on the plan to the human realm. 4 of them are sitting here and talking and enjoying their family time, when a servant comes to them and tells them the commands sent by the king. Servant, Your Royal Highnesses. King has sent some commands for you to work on them. SUGA, what are they? Servant, Command 1. Moon Hee-jun has to go to the north of the Inferno to check the dungeons and the punishment areas to make the sinners suffer for their evil deeds. After that he should go to the small village near there and sort out the problems. Upon hearing this, Moon Hee-jun groans and stands up to leave for his work. Minatazaki-sana, what are the other commands? Servant, Your Highness. King has asked you to organize a festival on the human realm near your mansion and call there all the people of human realm to make the bond between us strong. Minatazaki-sana makes a cringe face but immediately puts on a fake smile when SUGA gazes at her. She stands up and leaves to prepare the festival. Servant, and last command is for you two to participate in the festival along with your sister, as you guys are well aware that she is also wicked like the younger prince, so that B. I in mind. I know Hyung is never gonna agree to go to human realm. He never wants to go there because before he could think further, SUGA replied with the cold like ice voice. SUGA, we will surely go. You can tell Appa to rest assured and focus on his goal. I will take care of this. Even if she tried to do something, I know how to handle her idiotic plans. The servant bows and leaves the room and sent a letter to the king, informing him about all. Meanwhile, B.I. has his mouth hung to the floor. He couldn't believe that his Hyung is going to the human realm, where he would find his mate, which is destined by the Moon Empress. B.I. Hyung. Really, you are going there? SUGA. B.I. It means we're gonna meet our future sister-in-law. Yes, teases him, wiggling his eyebrows. SUGA. What nonsense are you saying? Rolling his eyes and makes a come on brew face. B.I. But Hyung, this is true. The message was sent by the Empress herself to father. Didn't he told you about it? Of course he did. But SUGA doesn't believe in this. He thinks that how can it be possible? Both are like the two sides of the magnet. If one is north, other is the south. If he is the land, then she is the sky. If he is evil, then she is good. This was it. He didn't believe in all this, but his father and brother did. And this is not known by any other person in the demon realm. Even Sana and Hee-jun are unaware of it. The king wanted it to be hidden, so that they wouldn't use the mating of the two against the rules. Which was the pathways of the realms would be opened for the royals of the demon realm to the all other realms, which could be destructive and harmful for fairies and angels in the heaven. SUGA, let's go and see what that wicked woman is doing. Both goes from there to see what Sana is doing. All of them are welcoming the guests and enjoying the festival. When you entered inside and walking while looking at your dress, correcting it a bit, not noticing two gazes on you. One was B.I. and other was SUGA. While walking, your foot slips and you close your eyes, waiting for the pain to be felt as you will hit the floor. But instead of the floor, you feel someone's arm gently wrapped around you to stop you from falling. You opened your eyes and look at him. He was handsome and looks so innocent and kind-hearted. But you know what he really is, a demon, so you just put on a fake smile. You cleared your throat and he immediately make you stand and looks down shyly. You internally chuckle at his behavior and say, Kang Y.N. Cute, smiling. Hearing this, his cheeks becomes pink. He scratches the back of his head. You move forward and your eyes meet with the most intimidating pair of eyes who are gazing at you emotionless. You feel yourself being drowned into his dark, beautiful orbs, and your heart felt like dancing in your chest, beating so fast that felt like it will come out. Seeing him, you feel like you're not the one who is hypnotic but him. It has never happened before. You have never this weirdly good feeling ever in your life before, not even when you even saw your fiancé whom you were gonna marry. Despite of knowing he is also the demon and currently the most mighty one. Few minutes later, when you get back to the earth from your fantastic dreamland, you mentally slapped yourself and break eye contact with him and move forward towards the main event area. B.I. takes his lantern and starts searching for you, because this man fell in love with you at first sight. While you were there playing with the children happily, someone else was also gazing from afar. Watching you smiling was giving him some kind of peace and didn't knew what it was. What the hell was feeling and why the hell his heart was beating so fast looking at you. Your innocent face, big and mesmerizing eyes which are of the light hazel brownish in color. Sometimes later, he mentally scolds himself for being like this and massage his temple to divert his mind on his work, which was keeping an. While you're playing, B.I. approaches you from behind. He lightly taps your shoulder and looks at you smiling like an idiot. Kang Y.N. Yes. You need something. You ask him politely, and internally thanking God that he made your work easy. B.I. No. I just want to share this lantern with you because I know you don't have any. And you know what is most exciting part of this festival? If we leave this lantern making a wish purely from heart, then it would come true. You looked at him astonished and he laughs at your surprised face. B. Really? I'm telling the truth. Why don't you try and see? I will wish for my love. He says while nudging your shoulder and smiling sheepishly. You understood what he meant by that and you were feeling mixed emotions about it. One, you're happy for your plan, and second, you're feeling guilty as you're just gonna play him. You deeply sighed and looked at him smiling. Sure. Let's do this. He takes the lantern and you also hold it. Both of you closed your eyes and let the lantern fly. After few minutes, you opened your eyes and the first thing you saw was the same pair of deep eyes and that handsome yet cold emotionless face. Your heartbeat accelerate and you feel your eyes widening. No, this wasn't true. How can this be? This is not right. I cannot feel any feelings for a demon. You again closed your eyes and opened them, but you saw no one. You look here and there confused. He was nowhere. You in mind. Maybe I was hallucinating. It wasn't real, right? It felt more like you're telling yourself this, but your thoughts got interrupted by BI when he suddenly puts his arm over your shoulder and asks you smiling. BI, are you perhaps daydreaming about me? Teasing you in mind. No, but about your brother. Mental breakdown. You blush fakely and smiled shyly. How do you know? His eyes widen and his mouth hung to the floor. He couldn't believe what he just heard. He felt sudden wave of joy washing over him. She clears her throat and says let's be friends, extends hand for shaking. He gladly accepted the handshake and says BI, it's an honor to be your friend. He says smiling ear to ear I should say this chuckles. After this they talked and talked for hours till the midnight. They kept running into each other. For BI they were just mere coincidences, but it was all planned by Slowly by her charming features BI fell madly in love with her. Which didn't go unnoticed by her. She was just here for her duties. She didn't wanted any of this drama, but what she could do. She was guilty and more guilt kept built in inside as her plan went further on like she wanted. I was madly in love with her. He didn't notice the way would look at SUGA. In SUGA's room, BI was excitedly waiting for SUGA to come. Some moments later he entered his room and smiled warmly, looking at his baby brother who was looking at him with sparkly eyes. As in he was waiting to tell him something that he had kept so long inside his little heart. I stood up and hurriedly went towards his big brother to give him a hug. Surprised SUGA by sudden hug, asked him SUGA. What happened BI? What's the matter? Hyung, I am so happy. SUGA smiled then looked at him to continue. Hyung I lovey hair. I love her so much, her eyes, her hair, her laugh, the way she talks. The way she tucks her hair behind her ears when eating, her everything is so much mesmerizing. It's like she has done a spell on me. Hyung, I want her. I want to marry her. I want her to be mine. Hyung, do something otherwise I will go crazy. SUGA. I have some patience. If you love her this much, why don't you just confess to her or just purpose her? I think the way you telling me all this, she also loves you. You are right Hyung, thanks for the idea. I love Yori. SUGA just smiled and gave BI a brotherly hug before continuing to talk about themselves. These two here were having a brother time, but on the other side someone was planning something else, planning to ruin their brotherly bond, the bond which even their own brother could never break.